Two people may be in a hospital, God forbid. One person has guests, friends, family, gifts, people pushing you and encouraging you, fighting for you. It gives you willpower. You see another person tragically has no one visiting them. They lose their hope. They lose their strength, their will to fight. Where was hope born? Yom Kippur. Yom Kippur is when hope was the birthday of hope. And I've discussed this at length, so I'll just be brief. What's the story? The story is that the Jewish people had just left Egypt. And then 49 days later, 50 days later, they received the mandate. God gave them the Torah. The Torah, the first law, the second commandment is do not build false gods. Moses is up on the mountain receiving the Torah. 39 days after they hear, do not have idols, they build a golden calf. I'm going to get into how they did such a thing, but it was a total betrayal of God in the most outrageous and most overt way. Moses comes back from the mountain and he sees that they build this calf. God already had warned him that that's what's happening. He had already foretold. And Moses, not out of anger and not out of lost control, he breaks the tablets that God gave him. And he marches back up on the mountain and spends another 40 days and nights begging God to forgive the people. Not because they did no wrong, not because they made a mistake, but because Moses was saying, humans are humans. To err is human. To forgive is divine. You have to give me the hope that I can tell them. I will demand accountability from them, but I also want to be able to tell them that they make an effort, they can rebuild even after what they did. And for 40 days and nights, God refuses to forgive. So Moses goes up another 40 days. And this time he prevails, and when does he return? On Yom Kippur. Yom Kippur is the holiest day of the year because this is the day when Moses, as we will say right after Kol Nidre, the prayer that opens Yom Kippur, will say 3 times the words that God said to Moses. Salachti kidvarecha, which means I have forgive them as you've spoken. So Moses, 40 days it took him to get the law, 80 days to gain forgiveness. But he prevailed. He didn't take no for an answer. And just to think of it's just how awesome it is that a man stood up to God and would not take no for an answer. And he said, I know you love the people, and I know they love you. I know there's been a betrayal and infidelity, but there's always hope. I need you to open up a back door called tshuva, a door where they are accountable. We're not talking about just overlooking what they did. If they show accountability, the line, as they say, trust is not built on perfection, it's built on accountability. No human being is perfect. But accountable, if they're accountable, I want you, God, Moses was saying, to forgive. Because if not, where will the human race go? That means every time we do something wrong, we become damaged goods, and it's too late for us. And he gained that gift from God, the gift of hope. Imagine life without hope. Imagine every time we made a mistake, it's all over. How horrible that would be. So Yom Kippur is that sacred day because it's a day where God says, Salachti kidvarecha, I forgive. I will give you that promise that if man, the human being, shows remorse between man and God and between man and man, between man and woman, between woman and man, they show remorse, I will be able to open up something in the soul of every human being to have the capacity to forgive another and to not only mend the rift, but also come out stronger.